Standoff in Mocha continues. Government seeks flights to Ethiopia. And over $1 billion US available from NRF. I am Enrico Belfort, and this is Uncut News. You see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Workers and armed police officers demolished homes in Mocha for a third day in a row today because the government said the structures are on land needed for drainage along the new road. However, this time officers with riot shields clashed with protesters, and in the chaos at least 2 Molotov cocktails were thrown at the police, as well as an excavator. The fires were quickly extinguished. The opposition announced that it will take legal action and called for dialogue with the government to find a solution, including fair compensation and alternative land for farming and livestock. They claim that the land is actually ancestral land, and as such, the residents need to be offered more money to actually leave. The Ministry of Housing said all except for 7 households have accepted offers to move, and the ministry's door is still open to engage with the remaining households. Nonetheless, the opposition alleges that the demolitions are politically motivated. Former APNU AFC Ministers of Government Dr. Karen Cummings and Volta Lawrence, as well as the coalition's party agent Carol Smith-Joseph, were summoned to appear before the Commission of Inquiry into the 2020 election, but they all opted not to give evidence due to pending court matters. Last year, several GCOM employees were also summoned to appear before the COI, but did not give evidence due to pending investigations and charges related to electoral fraud. Travelers arriving from China, including Hong Kong and Macau, must test negative for the Rona before being allowed to enter Guyana. The test must be taken within 48 hours of travel, and airlines must confirm the negative result before allowing passengers to board the flight. The decision to require the test results comes after China relaxed its COVID-19 measures, as well as cases in the country are increasing. Guyana removed all of the test and vaccination requirements for travelers to the nation several months ago, but this new requirement follows the lead of the U.S., which implemented similar measures last week. Mohammed's enterprise has gifted the government its $3 million waterfront property in Providence, East Bank, Demerara, to facilitate the construction of the new Demerara River crossing. The land will be used to store equipment and building materials during the construction phase. A pharmacy technician at the National Psychiatric Hospital in New Amsterdam was reportedly assaulted by a senior medical staffer. The incident was reported to the Guyana Public Service Union and the police, and the matter is being dealt with at the Regional Democratic Council. The technician had previously received a letter of transfer and was involved in a sit-out protest organized by staff at the hospital. It's a new year. How about you make your truck run like new with Powered Automotive? Powered Automotive had truck parts and spares from all the major brands you know and love at prices you won't find anywhere else. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. You can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. The Guyana Utility Scale Solar Photovoltaic Program, or GuySol for short, is set to supply electricity to the national grid through the construction of a 10-megawatt solar farm in the Mabaruma subregion of Region 1. The project, which is expected to be completed by the end of 2023, is being funded by the Inter-American Development Bank and the Guyana Energy Agency. The government is currently in talks with Africa's largest airline, Ethiopian Airlines, regarding the possibility of beginning flights to Addis Ababa. The Minister of Public Works, Juan Edgel, said that he is due to meet with the airline this month, while Guyana's ambassador to the U.S., Samuel Hines, has already begun discussions with the carrier. Ethiopian Airlines has received the Best Airlines in Africa award for 5 consecutive years from the Skytrax World Airlines Awards, as well as the Best Business and Economy Class Airline in Africa award for 4 consecutive years, and the Best Business Class Onboard Catering in Africa award in 2022. So clearly, it ain't no regular airline we're getting. The government is planning to construct a new Hope and Justice Center at Lusignan, using $78 million Ghana dollars of a $8 million loan from the Inter-American Development Bank. That comes to around $385,000 of said $8 million loan. The center will provide legal and medical aid, counseling, and law enforcement services, and is expected to be completed within 9 months. It falls under the purview of the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, but the Ministry of Legal Affairs is responsible for procuring the project. Now for today's oil update. Suriname State Energy Company, Statoil, expects multi-block exploration seismic tests and new license awards in 2023. It is currently holding a competitive bid round for 6 deepwater blocks in the Demerara area, and international oil and gas companies can make bids until May 31st of this year. Statoil plans to award production sharing contracts by the third quarter of this year. The company also reported that the results of an exploration well in Block 42 were encouraging, and that the evaluation of the drilling results in Block 53, where a discovery was made last year, is ongoing. Statoil expressed optimism that Block 58 partners Total Energies and APA Corporation will make a final investment decision for the development of a field based on discoveries made there. It also noted that one of the largest seismic surveys in the world is currently taking place in Suriname, collecting 3D seismic data in a shallow sea area south of the deep offshore. And in other oil news, the Natural Resources Fund of Guyana has received its final deposit for 2022, allowing the government to withdraw a total of $1.007 billion for use in the 2023 budget. The NRF had a total of $1.264 billion at the end of 2020, and the Natural Resources Fund Act sets out how much of the fund can be applied to the next year's budget. The Act allows for 100% of the first $500 million paid into the fund in the preceding year to be used, 75% of the second $500 million, and 50% of the third $500 million, meaning $1.007 billion will be available for the 2023 budget, 65.8% higher than the $607.6 million available for the 2022 budget.
As an independent online news entity, being politically objective can cost you a lot of money in lost sponsorship opportunities. That's because most local companies are often too scared to associate themselves with a news entity that is uncompromising with the truth. We do appreciate our sponsors, as their support is what has allowed us to maintain our integrity without fear and remain dedicated to you, our viewers. Every night, thousands of viewers rely on Uncut News because they are tired of the biased and poorly presented mainstream media in Guyana. But to truly compete, we need your help to grow Uncut News from being the most watched online news to the most watched news in Guyana, period. Help us by becoming a monthly subscriber today. There are special rewards at every subscription level, including your name in the credits, personalized gifts, and more. Your monthly contribution helps us to stay independent by spending less time worrying about paying the bills and more time on keeping you informed. So click the link in the description of this video and become a subscriber today.
Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's latest car on sale. Currently on sale is this 2016 Toyota Crown Athlete. It comes with Bluetooth, mount rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, spot camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $9.95 million. All pay as low as $1.99 million down, with around $170,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them that we can send you for this sweet deal. Now for our Uncut News Views Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about parents' events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you fear it is to us. Last night I asked, how do you feel about the possibility of local government elections being delayed? But before we get to that, I'd like to say a special thank you to our first paid contributor, David Griffith. Thank you, as your contribution helps us to bring you the news every evening. Jay Jairam says the opposition and government should or must institute better voting laws before any elections can take place. I agree. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about the standoff in Makkah? Do you feel the people are being unreasonable? Is the government being unreasonable? or is it somewhere in between, as it often is with these situations? So I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, you just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks.